When astronomers first logged the arrival of 3I Atlas in July 2025, it barely made headlines. Another interstellar visitor, the third ever detected after Oumuamua and Borisov. Just a rock drifting through space, or so it seemed. But then, the James Webb Space Telescope turned its gaze toward it. What it found defied everything we knew about natural celestial bodies. Deep inside the frozen object, something was glowing, not randomly, but rhythmically, like a pulse. Every few hours, the brightness surged and faded in perfect precision, as though it had a heartbeat. At first, scientists called it a thermal anomaly, but the data didn't lie. This glow wasn't sunlight reflected from its surface, it was internal, radiating from the core. The rhythm was too consistent to be geological. It wasn't rotation. It wasn't outgassing. Something inside 3I Atlas was generating its own energy. And then, the strangest thing happened, the radio signals began. Telescopes across the world picked up a faint pulse every 4 hours, perfectly aligned with the light fluctuations recorded by Webb. It wasn't static, wasn't interference. It was exact, mathematical, intelligent. When researchers sent a reply, a message of prime numbers and atomic constants, they didn't expect anything. But 72 hours later, the same signal returned, distorted but synchronized to the second. Something had heard us. And something had answered. Then came the flare. On August 18, 3I Atlas suddenly brightened by 40%. An explosion of energy no comet could produce. When its trajectory was recalculated, the results shocked mission control. The object had changed course, deliberately, aligning closer to the plane of the inner planets. Whatever it wasn't drifting anymore. It was steering. And the moment it did, all the old definitions of natural object fell apart. Spectroscopic analysis deepened the mystery. While Webb confirmed traces of carbon dioxide and ice, its data also showed metallic alloys and structured compounds that don't exist in nature. Materials resembling advanced metamaterials capable of bending light. Engineers called them synthetic. Physicists called them impossible. 3I Atlas wasn't just a visitor, it was built. Soon, a new sound joined the mystery. A deep resonance humming through the radio spectrum, as if the entire object was vibrating. When the signal was slowed down and compared to human speech, the waveforms showed a structure eerily similar to language. Not words, but intent. It was as if 3I Atlas wasn't just transmitting, it was learning. Then Webb captured something no one could explain. A part of the object's surface moved. A smooth, rectangular panel slid open, revealing a dark cavity within. No dust, no heat, no debris, just stillness. That cavity faced Earth, and from it came a second, deeper pulse, slower, stronger, deliberate. If the first pulse was a heartbeat, this was a breath. Something inside was awake. Even more unsettling were the new readings. Molecular traces resembling artificial biopolymers, synthetic analogues of DNA. They reacted to sunlight by changing shape, as if programmed. 3I Atlas wasn't just a machine. It was biological. A hybrid of life and engineering, a living construct. And then, researchers uncovered something even stranger. Historical gravitational data suggested that the path of 3I Atlas wasn't unique. Its trajectory matched ancient alignments found on Earth, Mars, and even Europa, lines and monuments like the pyramids and Nazca shapes, all pointing to the same vector in space. Some began to wonder whether this object had passed before, a long time ago, and left its memory carved in stone. When the Chime Array in Canada sent a broad silent pulse toward it, 3I Atlas absorbed every frequency for 6 seconds. Then, it replied with one sound, the exact same signal as the legendary, "wow" signal from 1977. Either it had recorded that transmission or it had sent it in the first place. Suddenly, the question wasn't whether we'd made contact, but whether we were finally answering a message sent long ago. Astronomers began to notice faint distortions in nearby starlight, small shifts suggesting that space itself was warping around the object. It wasn't tearing through reality like a black hole. It was sculpting it, bending time and light in deliberate harmony, like a composer tuning the fabric of space. And then came the final revelation. Deep inside 3I, Atlas, Webb detected a region that absorbed all light without returning any, a hidden core. Gravitational mapping revealed that the interior was larger than the object's physical volume, as though space folded inward. Inside that void could be an archive, of knowledge, civilization, or something waiting to be reborn. Now, as 3I, Atlas glides silently past Mars, pulsing in the dark like a living thought, humanity faces a question older